Hello, and welcome to this first video in a series of videos I am making on the RTL-SDR, which from here on out I'll just call SDR, that covers 100 kilohertz all the way to 1.7 gigahertz. You can usually find these on eBay. They typically sell for right around 50 bucks. Here on eBay in the search window, if you type SDR space HF and hit enter, you'll see different ones from different sellers. Some have graphics on them and some do not. This one right here is the one I selected specifically because it's all black, so there's no graphics on it. It has two SMA female connectors. It's probably a safe bet that the other ones do as well, but you want to make sure to know what type of connectors the SDR has so you have the right connector to hook an external antenna up to these. As you can see, it does come with an antenna. This antenna works kind of okay for local broadcasts of police, fire, EMS, but it's not very sufficient at all for shortwave. You can find lawn wire antennas here on eBay. I found a seller who is a ham operator, and he makes antennas and sells them on eBay. I contacted him prior to buying and asked, instead of the connector he was using on them to hook to a shortwave radio, if instead he could put a SMA male connector on, and he said he'd be happy to do that for me. So I have a 70-foot lawn wire antenna that came with an SMA male connector and a ground that you just hook to a electrical cover inside your home on the screw that keeps the cover on to ground it, and that was $30. Radio Shack has a disc cone antenna which works awesome for police and fire and EMS broadcasts that are even further away. It sells for 50 bucks in the stores. However, none of my local Radio Shack stores had it in stock, so I had to order mine from radioshack.com. When you buy something, you have to create an account. When you do, at the time they were having a promotion, and they may in fact still be having it, to where they email you a $10 off gift certificate. So when you get this email, you can type the code into your order, and it effectively takes care of the shipping, so it costs the same as if you were buying it at your local Radio Shack store. It doesn't come with any cable, so you'll have to get some antenna cable and adapters to be able to hook it up to the SDR. I found I forget what it's called, but it's I think it's a PL 109. I might have that. That might not be the right name for it, but I believe that's what the Discom has. There's an adapter that converts it to Type F, so I just use standard coax cable that you would use like for a television antenna or a satellite dish, and I ran that into the house to the SDR, and then I have a adapter that converts Type F to SMA male and that plugs right into the SDR and it works just fine. But the big points to remember are, one, the antenna that comes with this isn't going to be sufficient really for anything, especially shortwave. And two, know what kind of connectors the SDR uses so you have the correct ones so you'll be good to go when you get the SDR. In the next video, I'm going to talk about hooking up the SDR and getting it going in SDR sharp.